narrator. Welcome back to the English Learning Podcast's Intermediate Guide series. Today we're diving into the dynamic world of talking about career paths and professional goals. Whether you're a recent graduate exploring options, an experienced professional considering a pivot, or someone simply reflecting on their future aspirations, articulating your career journey, ambitions, and development plans clearly and compellingly is a vital skill. It's about presenting your professional narrative in a way that informs, inspires, and opens doors to new opportunities. How do you describe your past experiences and skills in a way that highlights their relevance to your future aspirations, even if your path hasn't been linear? What language allows you to articulate your long-term vision, specific professional goals, and the steps you plan to take to achieve them, all while sounding confident and realistic? And crucially, how do you engage in discussions about career development that are both strategic and authentic, showcasing your unique value proposition and fostering meaningful connections with mentors, recruiters, or colleagues? This episode is designed to equip you with the essential vocabulary, strategic communication techniques, and practical insights necessary to approach conversations about your career path with clarity, conviction, and a proactive mindset. Today's discussion moves beyond simply listing job titles, delving into the nuances of personal branding, networking strategies, and the psychology of professional growth. We are privileged to host a conversation between Dr. Anya Sharma, a leading career development expert and author of Navigating Your Professional Journey, based out of her consultancy in Bengaluru, India, and Mr. Liam O'Connell, a seasoned HR executive and talent acquisition specialist for a global tech firm, who works from his office in Dublin, Ireland. Their dialogue will illuminate the best practices and common pitfalls in talking about career paths and professional goals, offering you a richer understanding of how to shape your professional narrative effectively and pursue your ambitions with purpose. So, let's explore the intricacies and empowering potential of truly mastering the conversation around career paths and professional goals. Anya. Liam, it's a genuine pleasure to finally connect with you. Your experience in talent acquisition must constantly involve assessing individuals' career trajectories. From your perspective, when someone is preparing to talk about their career path, what are your initial, most crucial considerations for them to keep in mind? Is it about listing every single job, or is there a preliminary step of identifying key themes or transferable skills? Liam, Anya, the pleasure is entirely mutual. Your work on career development provides such a crucial framework for individuals navigating their professional lives. When someone is preparing to talk about their career path, my initial consideration is always a preliminary step of identifying key themes or transferable skills, rather than simply listing every single job. It's crucial for them to first understand the narrative arc of their career. What consistent strengths or interests have emerged? What problems have they repeatedly solved? What unique value do they bring? This allows them to present a cohesive story, even if their path hasn't been linear. My foundational groundwork always involves asking, what's the story your career is telling, and what are the key takeaways for your audience? Do you find that a lack of narrative coherence is a common pitfall that undermines their professional aspirations? Anya. Absolutely, Liam. Your emphasis on identifying key themes and the narrative arc is unequivocally fundamental. A lack of narrative coherence is indeed one of the most common and detrimental pitfalls, often leading to a fragmented or unclear presentation of an individual's capabilities and ambitions. Without a clear story, listeners struggle to connect experiences to future potential. My research shows that candidates who can articulate a compelling career narrative significantly stand out. What specific linguistic strategies do you employ to describe past experiences and skills in a way that highlights their relevance to future aspirations, even when the path has been nonlinear? Liam. That's where strategic framing and future-oriented language become paramount, Anya. My primary strategy for describing past experiences and skills involves consciously linking past accomplishments to future relevance. Instead of just stating a past role, I'd articulate, in my previous role as a project coordinator at Innovate Solutions, I gained extensive experience in cross-functional team leadership, which I believe is directly applicable to the challenges of scaling operations at tech giant corporation. I use phrases that emphasize transferable skills. While my background is in journalism, the critical thinking and communication skills I developed there are highly relevant to the strategic marketing required in this role. 4 Nonlinear paths. I explicitly connect seemingly disparate experiences. My time spent teaching English in Seoul, while seemingly unrelated to corporate training, actually provided me with a unique perspective on cultural adaptability that I'd now leverage in global team development. I focus on results and impact rather than just duties, and frame them in a way that points forward. I consistently delivered market growth of 15% year-over-year, which equipped me with the analytical rigor needed to excel in data-driven decision-making. Do you find that a tendency to simply list responsibilities, rather than highlighting achievements and their future applicability, is a common issue? Anya. That's an excellent approach, Liam, and your use of strategic framing and future-oriented language, focusing on transferable skills and linking past impact to future relevance, is precisely what makes a career narrative compelling. And yes, a tendency to simply list responsibilities, rather than highlighting achievements and their future applicability, is a very common issue. This often leaves the listener to infer relevance, which rarely happens effectively. My research suggests that proactively drawing those connections for the audience is crucial for demonstrating value. What role do clarity and realism play when articulating long-term professional goals? And how do you verbally express ambitious aspirations while still sounding grounded and achievable? Liam, clarity and realism are the cornerstones of articulating professional goals, Anya. Ambitious aspirations without a grounding in reality can sound idealistic, while overly modest goals can lack inspiration. I verbally express ambitious aspirations by breaking them down into logical, achievable steps and explicitly stating the commitment to the journey. Instead of, "I want to be a CEO," I'd say, "My long-term aspiration is to eventually lead a division focusing on sustainable technology, leveraging my expertise in renewable energy solutions. To get there, my next logical step is to pursue a senior management role in R&D, which will provide the necessary foundation." I use phrases that convey both ambition and a practical approach. I'm aiming to achieve a leadership position in a leading fintech company within the next 5 years, and I'm currently focused on developing my data analytics skills to support that trajectory. I also acknowledge potential challenges and express a willingness to learn. I understand that achieving this will require significant dedication to continuous learning, particularly in AI integration, which I'm eager to embrace. This demonstrates a thoughtful, strategic mindset. How do you approach the challenge of engaging in discussions about career development that are both strategic and authentic, showcasing unique value without appearing overly self-promotional? Anya. Liam, your approach to balancing ambition with realism by breaking down goals into actionable steps and acknowledging the learning journey is incredibly insightful. The challenge of engaging in discussions about career development that are both strategic and authentic, showcasing unique value without appearing overly self-promotional, requires a nuanced approach rooted in genuine curiosity and a service-oriented mindset. My strategy involves framing the conversation as a mutual exchange of insights or a search for aligned opportunities, rather than a one-sided pitch. When asking for advice or exploring options, I'd use phrases like, "I'm looking to leverage my strengths in project management to contribute more effectively to large-scale infrastructure challenges. I'd be grateful for your insights on how someone with my background might best navigate the construction technology sector." This shifts the focus to problem-solving and value creation. I share my professional narrative authentically, highlighting both successes and lessons learned, which humanizes the conversation. When discussing my unique value, I connect it directly to solutions. My blend of agile methodologies and client-facing experience allows me to approach complex software implementations from a distinct perspective, which I believe could be particularly beneficial for startup growth. It's about demonstrating value through contribution, not just claiming it. What are the common pitfalls individuals fall into when trying to talk about their career paths and professional goals, and how can they be avoided? Liam. Anya, your strategy of framing career discussions as a mutual exchange and connecting unique value to solutions is highly effective for authentic and strategic communication. The common pitfalls individuals fall into when trying to talk about their career paths and professional goals often include being overly vague or generic, failing to articulate specific skills, achievements, or ambitions. Another pitfall is sounding entitled or unrealistic, presenting goals without a clear understanding of the effort, development, or steps required. Focusing too much on past duties rather than highlighting transferable skills and future relevance is also common, which misses opportunities to connect with the listener's needs. Some might engage in oversharing personal details unrelated to professional context, diluting the message. There's also the pitfall of lacking a clear why, not being able to explain the motivation behind their career choices or goals, which can make their narrative seem unconvincing. Lastly, not tailoring their message to the specific audience or context, e.g., talking to a recruiter versus a mentor, can lead to irrelevance. To avoid these, individuals should clearly define their professional narrative and specific goals before any conversation. They should research the listener and context to tailor their message effectively. They should articulate quantifiable achievements and their impact, linking them to future roles. They should be concise and professional, avoiding unnecessary personal anecdotes. They should practice articulating their motivations and passion for their chosen path. And crucially, they should seek feedback on how they present their career story. How do you believe the rapid pace of technological change and evolving industries impacts individuals' approach to defining and discussing their career paths? Anya. Liam, your comprehensive list of pitfalls and proactive avoidance strategies, particularly tailoring the message and articulating the why, is incredibly valuable for effective career communication. The rapid pace of technological change and evolving industries has a profound and often disruptive impact on individuals' approach to defining and discussing their career paths. On one hand, it creates unprecedented opportunities for new roles, industries, and skill sets that didn't exist a decade ago. It encourages a mindset of continuous learning and adaptability, pushing individuals to acquire new competencies regularly. However, this same rapid change also introduces significant uncertainty and complexity. Traditional linear career paths are becoming less common, replaced by more fluid, non-linear trajectories. Individuals often face the pressure of constantly reskilling or upskilling to remain relevant, which can be daunting. The concept of a job for life has largely disappeared, replaced by the need for individuals to actively manage their own career portfolio. Consequently, discussions about career paths now demand a greater emphasis on agility, resilience, and a forward-looking perspective, acknowledging that the destination might evolve as much as the journey. In your final analysis, what are the ultimate rewards or transformations that an individual gains from truly mastering the art of talking about career paths and professional goals effectively? Liam. Anya, your astute analysis of rapid technological change, highlighting both the opportunities and the uncertainty it brings to career navigation, is perfectly captured. The ultimate rewards or transformations that an individual gains from truly mastering the art of talking about career paths and professional goals effectively are manifold and deeply empowering. It cultivates an incredible sense of clarity and purpose in their professional life, allowing them to make intentional choices rather than simply drifting. This leads to significantly increased opportunities for advancement and fulfillment, as they can articulate their value proposition compellingly to potential employers, collaborators, or mentors. A proficient individual gains enhanced self-confidence and personal agency, knowing they are actively shaping their professional future rather than being passive recipients of circumstances. It fosters a robust professional network built on clear communication and mutual understanding of aspirations. Beyond the immediate job search, it promotes a pervasive mindset of continuous learning and strategic self-development, recognizing that a career is an ongoing journey of evolution. Perhaps most profoundly, mastering this art transforms the concept of work itself, from merely a means to an end, to a meaningful and dynamic expression of one's skills, passions, and contributions to the world. It's the difference between having a job and building a truly purposeful career. Narrator. What an exceptionally illuminating and practical conversation with Dr. Anya Sharma and Mr. Liam O'Connell. Their expert insights have masterfully illuminated the critical nuances involved in talking about career paths and professional goals, from the importance of narrative coherence and strategic framing to balancing ambition with realism and navigating the impact of rapid industry change. Their dialogue powerfully underscores that effective career communication is not just about conveying information, but about building compelling narratives, fostering valuable connections, and proactively shaping one's professional destiny. Now, let's consolidate some of the key vocabulary and concepts from their rich dialogue that you can integrate into your own career discussions and professional development. Practice session. Expressing yourself. Let's revisit some valuable phrases and concepts from today's in-depth episode. Practice using these in your own discussions about career paths and professional goals. Preliminary step of identifying key themes or transferable skills. An initial stage of finding common threads or broadly applicable abilities from past experiences. Unequivocally fundamental. Absolutely essential or crucial. Narrative arc. The overall story or progression of one's career. Strategic framing and future-oriented language. Presenting past experiences to highlight their relevance for future roles. Highly relevant / directly applicable to. Phrases to show strong connection between skills/experience and a new role. Cornerstones of articulating professional goals. The most important principles for stating career ambitions clearly. Mutual exchange of insights. A conversation where both parties share valuable perspectives. Profound and often disruptive impact. A very significant and often unsettling effect. Agility, resilience, and a forward-looking perspective. Key qualities needed to navigate evolving careers. Manifold and deeply empowering. Many and having a very positive and significant effect, giving confidence. Choose 3 of these phrases and explain how they might relate to your own career path or professional goals. For example, for my next job interview, I'm focusing on the preliminary step of identifying key themes or transferable skills from my volunteer work at the local animal shelter, as I know that's unequivocally fundamental to demonstrating my value to a future employer in project management. But when I describe my nonlinear career, I use strategic framing and future-oriented language to show how seemingly different roles like event planning and digital marketing are actually highly relevant to my long-term goal of working in brand strategy. The rapid pace of technological change and evolving industries has had a profound and often disruptive impact on my field, meaning that cultivating agility, resilience, and a forward-looking perspective is more important than ever for a career in cybersecurity. Narrator. As Dr. Anya Sharma and Mr. Liam O'Connell so eloquently articulated, mastering the art of talking about career paths and professional goals is a skill that empowers you to take charge of your professional journey, articulate your value, and open doors to new possibilities. It's about crafting a compelling narrative, setting realistic yet ambitious goals, and continuously adapting to the evolving landscape. By embracing strategic communication and a proactive mindset, you can transform your aspirations into tangible achievements and build a career that truly reflects your purpose and potential. Until our next insightful discussion on the English Learning Podcast, keep exploring, keep growing, and keep shaping your amazing career path.